This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
I'm Christine Stanwood with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Developing tonight, a teen has been shot and killed in Phoenix near 7th Street and Bell Road. Officers say they were called to an apartment complex in the area when the shots rang out and found a boy with a gunshot wound. He was rushed to the hospital where he later died. No information released just yet on a possible suspect. We're also following another shooting. This is near Cave Creek and Greenway roads that has now turned deadly. We're told the woman shot after an apparent argument has died of her injuries at the hospital. No word yet on a possible suspect. An investigation into a Glendale police shooting. A sergeant with the department saying last night one of their officers shot and killed a 21-year-old man, now identified as Anthony J. Rios Jr. Police tell us someone reported a hit-and-run crash near 53rd and Maryland Avenues. Officers searched around the crash site, eventually finding and approaching him in a nearby alley. But that's when police say Rios shot at an officer, quote, several times, and a Glendale police officer shot back. Title, registration, license plate, all paid for. But when a clerical error meant one Valley man would have to pay twice, he let Joe know and got results.
I'm the old car guy.
Al Miller and his wife retired to Arizona, quickly becoming well known in their Sun City West community.
They see me with my top hat on, and I wave at everyone here, and it's kind of a little local custom.
While Al has a modern car for everyday use, he inherited this 1929 Ford Model A from his father.
He bought it in 1956. And he spent about 20 years going through each one of the parts.
When he moved to Arizona, Al needed to title and register both cars. No problem with his everyday car. But for the Ford, Al needed a historic vehicle plate. He was told it would take a while.
It could be up to a year to get the plate because of the pandemic, and they were backlogged.
Al kept waiting, but after a year, he went to the MVD in person to get an update.
That's when I discovered that it was incorrectly ordered in the system.
Al's historic plate had been entered into the system as antique. Since more than a year had passed, Al says he was told the transaction couldn't be changed. He'd have to pay again, so he let me know.
I had paid for this plate. I'd paid for 5 years registration, and I didn't think it was right for them to deny me a plate after I'd paid for it.
We contacted the Arizona Department of Transportation, which runs MVD. Just hours later, action. Al was issued his correct plate at no additional cost. And Al can now keep cruising worry-free.
If you ever wanted to ride in a 90-plus-year-old car, this is a fun car to be in.
We're happy for Al, and thanks to ADOT for taking action here. To see more stories like this, go to abc15.com/letjoeknow and to the Let Joe Know Facebook page anytime. I'm Investigator Joe Ducey. If you got a problem, let me know.
A Valley teen is uplifting Arizona using his background as a martial artist to introduce the power of karate to children from underserved communities. So for the past few weeks, 17-year-old Sumed Sitharam has been hosting free karate classes at 3 different Valley community centers. While he's teaching kids to punch, kick, and block, he's also providing lessons like discipline, focus, and confidence.
Many kids are enrolled in the community center's summer programs, but martial arts schools aren't particularly within reach in the area, oftentimes being 3 to 5 miles away from the average community center. So bringing martial arts straight to the source of where these kids all are can help give them a taste that they wouldn't otherwise get.
He earned his black belt after more than 10 years of dedication. And over the past 3 weeks, he's been able to provide free classes to around 140 children.
Tracking your most accurate forecast, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. The dangerous heat will stick around through at least next week. We're talking temperatures in excess of 110 degrees each and every day in the valley, and the oppressive heat continues across southern Arizona, along with parts of the Grand Canyon below 4,000 feet through at least Sunday up there. So obviously you'll want to limit your time outside for the next several days, as temperatures will be oppressively hot in the afternoon and early evening. Stay hydrated too, and check on your elderly neighbors. Now a look at the forecast for tomorrow, showing temperatures up in the high country anywhere from 85 in Flagstaff to 100 in Winslow, 101 in Globe, 110 as you head toward Casa Grande, and 112 in Lake Havasu City. And for the rest of the weekend in the valley, we'll be anywhere from 113 to 114 degrees, which are below record highs, but still dangerously hot. And it's going to stay that way through next week with highs in excess of 115 degrees from Tuesday through next Friday, with lows in the 90s. In Flagstaff, we'll be flirting with 90 degrees beginning Monday and hit 90 by next Friday.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.